This evening, crime chief prepares case file for alleged rape involving local government minister, filed to be sent to DPP. Venezuelan businesswoman busted operating Brothel faces 9 new charges. $500 million contract signed for rehabilitation of St. Mary High School. In the region, Colombia Congress rejects bill to legalize cannabis. And internationally, French rescuers join search for missing Titanic tourist sub. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for June 21st, 2023. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. The Ghana Police Force is currently in the process of preparing a comprehensive case file regarding the alleged rape of a 16-year-old indigenous girl by the Minister of Local Government, Nigel Darmlal. Crime Chief Wendell Blanham confirmed that the file would soon be submitted to the Director of Public Prosecutions. This development comes after the arrest of Minister Darmlal on Monday, following an official report made by a schoolgirl accusing him of sexual misconduct. The minister was subsequently granted bail in the amount of $1 million. The shocking allegations have triggered widespread protests and ignited a wave of public outcry throughout the country.
It is a criminal act, alleged criminal act, which must have impartial investigation. I continue to call on that, and I continue to ask the relevant authorities that the young girl be safe and secure, and that her security be assured to her and to her family, and that we must keep pressing on. We have to keep the pressure up until justice is served.
This is really a just cause. We are fighting for the protection of our children. We're fighting for the rights of our young boys and young girls to grow up in a safe country, man. This is no longer about politics. The people out there transcend political lines, you know? So this really is a question of us as a society deciding that this is a non-negotiable, that there is no space for rapists in our government, and the government must show its commitment to the safety of our women and children.
19 of our girl children has had the most horrific experience to die. Then you have a 25 of them to live with that type of memory for the rest of their lives. We had one that was shot in her belly by an REO in Region 9. We have also the one Amerindian child that is being blamed, that has been charged for 19 murder charge. And now we have one that has been robbed of her dignity, of her innocence, as a young woman. How could she grow with that? Many of us have to wonder and study at this point in time who is next if Darmlal stay where he is.
As the case unfolds, public scrutiny remains intense and the protest demanding justice for the victim continues. In response to the gravity of the accusations, Minister Darmlal has taken administrative leave to facilitate a thorough investigation into the matter. He has also sought legal representation, enlisting the services of prominent attorney at law Nigel Hughes. In other news, 38-year-old Joel DePizer of Port Kaitumo waterfront was slapped with several charges when he appeared at the Friedenhoop Magistrates Court via Zoom on Tuesday, June 20th. DePizer was charged with possession of narcotics, disorderly behavior at the station, threatening language, assault on a peace officer, and resisting a peace officer. DePizer appeared before Principal Magistrate Faith McGusty, where the charges were read to him, and he pleaded guilty to the offense of possession of narcotics. He was sentenced to 8 hours of community service. However, for the remaining charges, DePizer entered a not guilty plea. The magistrate granted him bail in the total sum of $40,000 for those charges. The case was adjourned to August 21st, 2023 for statements to be presented. 41-year-old Maylene Cordova, a female Venezuelan national and businesswoman of Bartica, Region 7, who is presently serving a 6-month prison sentence for operating a brothel, is to be further charged by ranks of the Ghana Police Force's Trafficking in Persons Unit with 9 counts of trafficking in person. Cordova, between March 15th and April 30th, 2023, trafficked 9 Venezuelan females from Venezuela to Guyana and exploited them between Crusher Hill and Barakat Bakdam, Cayuni Mazaruni River, Region 7. The victims reported the matter to the Ghana Police Force, and members of the Trafficking in Persons Unit of the Criminal Investigations Department headquarters conducted an investigation. Based on the investigation, legal advice was given by the Director of Public Prosecution for Cordova to be charged with 9 counts of trafficking in persons. The Ghana Police Force's TIP unit said they would continue efforts to combat trafficking in persons and will continue to work with other stakeholders to conduct intelligence-led operations, spot inspections, awareness, and training in every region of Guyana. Stick around when we return. $500 million contract signed for the rehabilitation of St. Mary's High School, and Ghana's first learning lab empowers individuals with disabilities.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. It's Credit, and today we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education signed 6 contracts to the tune of $560.7 million for the rehabilitation of St. Mary's High School. Permanent Secretary Alfred King signed the contracts at the Ministry of Education's boardroom on Tuesday. The construction of the 3-story building is expected to be completed in 7 months. Once completed, the upper flat of the building will accommodate 10 classrooms, while the second flat will house 12 classrooms along with a teacher staff room and a sanitary block. The lower flat will include 6 laboratories for information technology, home economics and industrial technology, a canteen, and the auditorium. It will also be equipped with several fire prevention methods such as fire escape exits, escape doors, fire alarms, extinguishers, limited timber usage, metal ceilings, and fire retardant panels. During brief remarks, the Minister of Education, Priya Manichan, stated that this is another step towards achieving universal secondary education. She noted that over the last 3 years, the Ministry of Education has been working assiduously to achieve that goal by extending and rebuilding secondary schools, as well as constructing new schools. Also, in addition to the St. George's High School, Christchurch Secondary School, North Rhinefeld Secondary School, and Northwest Secondary School, which are currently being rebuilt, several other schools will be constructed nationwide. 3 schools will be built in Region 1, 2 new schools are being built in Region 3, a secondary school will be built in Oriella, Region 6. Region 7 will have a school at Joella and Upper Mazaruni. Additionally, the dormitories at Paramakatoy and Cato will be extended in Region 8. On Tuesday, the Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vindya Prasad, commissioned the Learning Lab in Mahika. With a budget of $73 million, this center is the first of its kind in the country and focuses on developing and empowering individuals with disabilities. The facility includes 3 training halls and a modern kitchen designed based on feedback and recommendations from various disability organizations in Guyana. During the opening ceremony, Minister Prasad emphasized the government's commitment to working alongside individuals with disabilities, providing facilities and amenities, and attaining sustainable development goals. The Learning Lab aims to provide technical and vocational skills, empowering individuals, and create a safe and happy space for recreation and meetings. The center received a furniture donation worth $5 million through partnerships such as Spotlight Initiative. Representatives from disability organizations expressed their appreciation for the transformative impact of the Learning Lab, emphasizing the opportunities it will provide for skill development, independence, and community contribution. Overall, the Learning Lab signifies a significant step towards equal opportunities and inclusive development in Guyana. Don't go away after the break. More than 40 women killed in Honduran prison riot, and French rescuers join search for missing Titanic tourist sub.
Good girl forget things. What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized gear, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Beccaphonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Colombia's Congress has rejected a bill to legalize cannabis. The law would have allowed the drug to be bought and sold for recreational use. It is already legal for medicinal purposes, while possession and consumption have not been criminalized. Al Jazeera's Alessandro Rampietri has more.
After a contentious Senate session, the law to legalize the recreational use of marijuana crashed into a wall. The vote, scheduled for early Tuesday afternoon, finally happened late into the night as lawmakers scrambled to reach a deal. But in the end, there was no majority for it.
We have given a fight with arguments for the last 4 years here, and today I just want to give thanks to all who helped us get this far. This fight continues to advance. The votes show it.
It is the end of the road for a bill that promised to legalize the recreational marijuana market in a country devastated by decades of war on drugs. Outside the Congress building, indigenous marijuana farmers who have long grown the plant illegally were hoping to finally have a legal market for their product.
We are the victims of the war against drugs. There are many problems in our territory. Armed fighters, forced recruitment, assassinations of indigenous authorities, a lot of confrontation and a lot of war. That is why we want this project, to help the victims.
And it was another loss for the government of President Gustavo Petro, whose many ambitious social reforms have encountered growing resistance in Congress, while recent scandals involving close allies have affected his popularity. On Tuesday, tens of thousands of people took to the streets in opposition to the government reforms they see as a threat to the country's democracy.
Everything worries me. The labor reform seems to me a massacre of businesses. Many people are going to lose their jobs. They want to turn our health system into a political monopoly. These reforms, as they are being presented, are a catastrophe.
Tuesday also marked the end of the road for Petro's labor reform in Congress, while the pension and health bills managed to survive the current process and will continue to be discussed in the next legislative period that starts in August. But with key regional elections coming up in October, many here believe that the government transformative agenda will continue to have a hard time moving forward. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, Bogotá.
Meanwhile, at least 41 women have been killed in violence between rival gangs at a women's prison in Honduras. 5 other women were injured and taken to the hospital after the deadly riots. Al Jazeera's Barbara Angopa reports.
Authorities say gang members entered a section of this women's prison where rival gang members were held. Then inmates were shot and others were burnt in the facility located in Tamara, north of Honduras' capital. Angry relatives want answers after at least 41 people were killed. They say they haven't been told if their loved ones are among the dead.
We are practically demanding that they tell us what is going on. As relatives, we are here with uncertainty. We need a list of the people that are alive because we cannot get a list of the dead until the forensic experts come, and we cannot get information from them. But while we are here dying of pain, of anguish, brothers and sisters, we definitely don't have any information.
Human Rights Watch says there are an estimated 40,000 members belonging to MS-13 or Barrio 18 gangs in Honduras. The government launched a crackdown in November last year to try and eliminate gangs which control and extort swathes of territory. The Deputy Security Minister says the prison riot is an attempt to stall the government's progress.
The Honduran people must know that we will not allow, under any circumstances, the attack or sabotage of the actions directed against organised crime and the organised criminality that has hijacked the penitentiary system of this country.
There's a history of prison violence in Honduras. 18 inmates died in a fight in 2019, and more than 350 others died in a fire in 2012. Here at Tamara, more than 20 children also live in the prison. Prison officers are trying to find out if their mothers survived the violence. Barbara Angopa, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, a specialist team from France has joined the search for a missing submersible lost while on a tourist voyage to explore the wreckage of the Titanic. The United States Navy, US and Canadian Coast Guards, along with tour operator OceanGate Expeditions, have not yet located the missing submarine, which has 5 people on board. Al Jazeera's Gabrielle Alonso has more.
With each passing hour, fears grow for those on board the missing Titan submersible. The identities of all 5 people on board have now been revealed. British-Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood, along with his son Soleiman. 77-year-old French explorer Paul-Henri Narjolet, who led a Titanic recovery expedition to the wreckage in 1987. Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate, the adventure tourism company that owns the Titan, and Hamish Harding, a 58-year-old British billionaire explorer.
Good afternoon.
On Tuesday, the rescue coordinator for the U.S. Coast Guard in Boston said U.S. and Canadian authorities had so far found no sign of the missing vessel after searching a combined area of more than 19,000 square kilometers.
These search efforts have focused on both surface, with C-130 aircraft searching by sight and with radar, and subsurface with P-3 aircraft were able to drop and monitor sonar buoys. To date, those search efforts have not yielded any results.
There were many questions the Coast Guard simply did not have answers to. But one thing is clear: time is of the essence, and time appears to be running out. In fact, the Coast Guard estimates the vessel only has enough breathable air on board to last until Thursday morning.
When you go down in a 5-man submarine, they have enough oxygen to keep them alive and sustain them for 96 hours. But they also need power to stay alive. So worst case scenario, they have oxygen, but they don't have power. And if they don't have power, they're going to become hypothermic pretty quickly.
One man who took a previous expedition on board the Titan said this.
The phrase you keep hearing is they lost communications, and it's possible they're just out of range, that they came back to the surface and they're just out of radio contact with someone. I find that very unlikely, and I think they may be stuck at the bottom of the ocean.
For now, every hour the vessel remains lost, hope fades. Gabriel Elizondo, Al Jazeera, Boston.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. Safe TV2 headline news for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and at 7 in the evening for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and children.